KP on the beat.
All right, this is Nolan Evans, aka Nona for Show, and I'm here with
You're here with Trevon Madding.
Trevon Madding, and we are at MacArthur High School celebrating the 217 Business Expo, and I'm at the Suite 704 booth along with
Trevon Madding.
Trevon Madding.
Real good.
Yeah, but could you tell me a little bit about yourself?
So I'm born and raised on the south side of Decatur. Been here all my life, and I actually went to Eisenhower High School. That's where I graduated in 2021. And I always wanted to be an entrepreneur. Although I started my career path through the EnRich program, where they actually helped me get into welding. And through welding, it was during the pandemic. So I was actually being looked at by Caterpillar and had an internship during the pandemic at Caterpillar Welding. And I realized that welding isn't really my purpose. It's a good skill, good trade to be in, but it's really just a stepping stone for me to get to my next. And I ended up going from Caterpillar to GSI in Assumption, Illinois, and I left there and went to ADM welding at all three locations. And I just realized that me trying to become an entrepreneur, I need the right environment space. So I ended up doing a lot of research, doing door-to-door sales, doing multiple different ways of entrepreneurship, and I ended up finding PHP Agency on TikTok. And PHP Agency is a financial marketing organization. They market for billion-dollar life insurance companies, and they're actually dominated by the black and brown community. African Americans, Latinos, they basically learn financial literacy, and they come and bring those financial services to their community. And I realized, like, man, there's nobody teaching about finances in Decatur, and really I never learned about finances in general. So to learn about all this financial resources, it just really blew my mind, and it made me realize that although I wanted to get a policy on myself, some life insurance, because I almost got into a car wreck and passed away, luckily God pulled me through it, made sure I didn't have any major injuries. And I was like, although I'm getting life insurance, I feel like people should know about this information more than me just using it and keeping it to myself. I'm gonna become a life insurance agent, a black African American life insurance agent in the city of Decatur, and put my people onto it, because I didn't know life insurance was a vehicle that people use to generate generational wealth. So now I'm educating my community around Decatur, Illinois, and all of Illinois, to basically teach my people about generational wealth, financial literacy, and how we can actually change our lifestyles and create a legacy for ourselves.
Could you give the audience a quick breakdown, I'm not sure if it's that simple, but of what life insurance and what life insurance can do for you?
Okay, so life insurance is basically a contract with you and a life insurance company. Basically, to break it down, you pay them while you're alive on a monthly basis, an annual basis, or even a quarterly basis. And as you paying them while you're alive, they ensure that whenever you leave this earth, you pass away, they're gonna pay whatever contract that you have with them. So say $100,000 up to $1 million, or even beyond $1 million of life insurance coverage will go to your beneficiaries. So that can go to your spouse, that can go to your family, that can go to your children. And this is essentially how you create generational wealth, because it passes on from generation to generation. So life insurance, it can't be taxed. You don't have to pay any taxes or fees or penalties for when you get life insurance. And the benefit for life insurance is that you don't have to worry about having to pass away and your family having to find the funds, find the money in a GoFundMe or selling to-go plates to bury you and actually get a headstone for you, or to actually have some money left over to them to actually fund their lives. Because life insurance is more than just, hey, I'm gonna have money passed on to my family. It's how I can leave a legacy so my family can start their own legacy, even though I didn't get to build it for them. They'll have the money so that way they can build it for themselves and my grandchildren. And one thing that I do differently is I sell life insurance with living benefits. So a lot of people don't know about living benefits, where you can actually use life insurance while you're still alive. You don't have to die to use that money. So how that works is, let's say you know someone who may have suffered for cancer or a stroke or a heart attack or just been in a bad accident. They can use the living benefits in their policy. Up to 20-90% of the money that they would receive in that death benefit, they can use while they're alive to cover over their medical expenses, so that way they don't go through a financial hardship just because they had a medical hardship. So I'm able to actually save people's lifestyles, not just because when they pass away, but when they get sick, when they get hurt. And it's a really lucrative business that I'm in. I'm really proud to be a part of this industry.
That's great. So what would be your vision for black people and other minorities in Decatur when it comes to education about insurance policies and other things?
That's a great question. So for one, to answer that question, I want to bring up PHP Agency. So what PHP is doing is they're creating a revolution in the life insurance industry because they're recruiting Latino communities, Black African American communities, and other minority communities in America so that way they can learn this information and education and bring it back to the community. So my vision is for have everyone know about life insurance with living benefits and make it a norm to have, because I'm tired of seeing people not have coverage and they had to suffer the consequences of not having it. So I really see the city of Decatur being revolutionized by the life insurance industry, because not only is it creating entrepreneurs, but it's creating a coverage or a safety net for the people who use the benefits of the policy. And now selling life insurance, it has been difficult for myself, but I would say along that journey of entrepreneurship, it made me better as a professional. So my vision for Decatur is really to have, I would say, all of Decatur insured by the time I leave this earth. If not, make it a norm where I actually have an office this year. I want to open up an office this year so that way people can have a location to go find these resources instead of traveling all the way up north to Chicago, Illinois. Chicago, Illinois is great, love Chicago, but that's too far for people in central Illinois or southern Illinois. So if we can get a location, we could possibly be a hub for central and southern Illinois to know about financial literacy and generational wealth.
Have you ever thought about high school or community college outreach?
Absolutely. So right now, currently, I am attending classes through the EnRich program at Richland, and I've been connected with them to actually get my business out there so that way I can teach from Richland Community College. And I was blessed enough to be welcomed in by my old math school teacher at Eisenhower, Mr. Hampton. And Mr. Hampton, here's this. I want to say I appreciate you, brother man, but he actually allowed me to come in and practice my presentations on teaching about life insurance. And starting off this year, when all the seniors go to graduation, I'll actually be having an event at Eisenhower High School to actually teach them about these information and these resources so that way they can be prepared before they get in the real world. I'm still looking to get into MacArthur and other high schools around Decatur or in the area, but that's my plan on moving forward, is expanding this business so everyone can know about these resources.
That sounds like a pretty good plan. So is there anything else you would like the audience to know? Any social medias, any website?
Yes, so you can follow me on Instagram and on TikTok at Vaughn, 2 Y's. That's Vaughn with 2 N's, the number 2, and Y's like wisdom. So that's Instagram and TikTok. You can also follow me on social media at YYen. That's Y's as in wisdom and Yen as in YEN. YYen on either TikTok or Facebook. You will find my pages. I'm teaching about people making content. And I'm also a philosopher myself, so I'm an independent thinker. I share my own thoughts about politics, about the world, about everything that's happening in life. And I look forward to collabing and connecting with people who actually want to do something for the community.
All right. Thank you for letting us interview you, Trevon.
Yes, it's a pleasure meeting with you, Nolan. You're a phenomenal interviewer. I love what you're doing, and keep doing it. Keep it up. It's great work.
Thanks. I appreciate it.